What's up? How's everybody doing? Oh, wow. Actually, I have a few people watching. Cool. I'm going to take the time to say hi to everybody. Hello, Jack, Jeff, Jerry, Jeremy, Dale. Let's see. And that's it. And Carl. Hi, Carl. How's it going? Oh, sweet. We do have a few in here tonight. Awesome. Heirloom Game Calls. Hello, hello. So I posted a link on my Patreon to this StreamYard so that any paying patrons can join me on screen and join the stream. So that link is in, it's posted on Patreon. So all you have to do is take a look at that. Hi, Russ and SFW. Hello, hello. Why don't you guys sound off where you're watching from? I'll start. I'm at Harrison County, West Virginia. There we go. Hey, another West Virginia boy. Cool. Michigan, Nova, North Carolina, Wichita, Kansas. Awesome. Tampa, Florida. Nice weather. Nebraska. Awesome. See, Mississippi, Maryland, Florida, Maryland. Cool. Louisiana. Awesome. Got a nice representation here. Hey, I'm just going to hang out and maybe show you guys a few things that I have on my mind, but I just thought you hang out, chat, and if there's anything you want me to demonstrate with a laser, I'll try and do it if it's feasible in this situation, but I'll try. You are correct. Yes, Michael, we do need more. You need more watching and clicking that like button. That'd be great. My phone is dinging, and I'm going to turn that off. There we go. Now I won't have be distracted by that. So one demonstration I thought I would do for y'all tonight is this. I have a potential new unboxing knife. This is a K-bar. I'm going to show you how to use the LightBurn camera to get a trace of this. And then we'll fill it with some pattern, and then that will make an awesome unboxing knife, I believe. Hey, I got somebody in the green room. 2 weeks experience with fiber. Why did I buy black masking tape? Maybe to do your core file and run your 9-point correction, or you could use that to calibrate LightBurn camera. There's a few things you could do with it. So, guys, I'm going to bring Jerry in, and you guys say hi to Jerry at 3DHB.
Hey, what's going on? Happy New Year, everybody. How you doing,
Patrick? How's it going, Jerry?
Doing good. I've been working on that alien all day, and I finally got the video out, and yeah, I'm pretty happy about it.
Oh, you mean, let's see. That would be this video.
Yeah.
Look,
yeah.
There's double Jerry's now.
Yeah, like 35 rolls of filament.
Yeah, you guys check that out. Look at all the filaments standing beside him.
Yeah, I've been working that for a while. Polymaker sponsored it. Luban, Wicked 3D, a little bit of anybody and everybody. I put in my time and power. That's what I paid. So
nice.
It's a beast. Now it's on to fiber laser starting tomorrow. I got a lot of work to get done on the Hautien and a lot of videos to do, and I've been trying to get this out of the way so I can concentrate on the fiber laser.
Yep. But that's a huge project. How many hours of printing time do you have in it so far?
I don't know, an awful lot. 30, a few people on the Luban group were like, well, how much film did it take? How long did it take you to print? I said, well, go watch the video. If I type everything in every comment, it's just watch the video. I explain everything. So
I've got it queued up ready to watch, and I was going to show folks. Let's see if I scrub through real quick.
One part, my wife interrupted me when I was taping. I was going to edit it out, and I said, no, I'll just leave it in there. So, because I don't know about most of you guys out there, but a lot of people's wives don't like 3D printing, and they don't like hearing about your hobby all the time. So
it's hard to get the perspective of the alien when it's sitting right there behind you. So, guys, check this out, and you can see his alien. That's in his latest video that he just released on the 3DHP channel. I'll drop a link in the chat, but look how tall that thing is. That is amazing.
Yeah, it's sitting on a base. It's about 4 or 5 inches tall with casters, though I can kind of move it around. But yeah, it's big.
Mercer Outdoors, thanks for joining. Robert Lowe joined as well. Did I get Ken? I don't know. We normally don't sound off on names that join the chat, but it's New Year's Eve. Let's just go ahead and shout
when chat's small, it's easy to do. When chat's small, it's easy to do. We got a zillion people watching. It's hard to name everybody.
Yeah, but we're at 22, so we can handle it.
Smash the like button, everybody. Share, subscribe to Patrick, all that good stuff. It's one click away. If you're on a cell phone or on your TV, it's very easy to hit the thumbs up. Very easy to do. Every time I watch anybody's video on YouTube, which is all day long, every day, I always give them a thumbs up.
Here's the link to Jerry's channel, so you guys can check that out too.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm in 3D printing, resin printing.
What is going on, everyone?
That was Jeremy. Where'd it come from?
What's that?
I just heard Jeremy go, what's going on? Oh, that was me talking probably. Oh, that was a video you started to play it. Okay.
Yeah, it started to play.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got the sound from the YouTube pipe through in case I wanted to play any snippets of that video during this live stream.
It's 16 minutes long. You can play it all. I don't care. And if you get a copyright strike, you have my permission. Play it if you want to, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, thank you, Mercer Outdoors. He said he just joined my Patreon. That is freaking awesome. Love it.
Yeah, that's where I just went to find the links. I'm on your Patreon, a low tier. But something's better than nothing, so.
There is no low tier. Yeah, there's different levels, but I appreciate each and every one. I don't care what tier it is. Just the fact that somebody cares enough to actually sign up is, it's humbling, to say the least. That's for sure. Jeremy says, you had me going for a second. I'm like, but I didn't say anything.
It just sounded like your voice, but then I realized it's his video, my video he's playing in the background. We got a bottle of champagne in the fridge. It's blue. It's called Moscato, I think it is, from Walmart. It's kind of sweet. We buy them every year. That's what we're drinking later. I won't be going out. So.
Are you coming on to say hi? Oh, that was the wife. She had walked in and then walked back out. So yeah, any requests in chat? I did see the stainless. I did see that.
Did you yell for me?
I just asked if you were coming on to say hi or no.
Oh, I don't have no makeup on.
Okay.
Hello. How are you?
But I'll say hello.
I don't have any makeup on either. Doesn't matter to me. Oh my gosh.
What's that?
Tom Cowley, thank you for the $10 super sticker. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Rob, Amateur Night, Nah, we're all professionals here. We're just having a low key night.
I don't consider myself a professional. I just know what I know by what I do. So, you know, just like live streaming or make 3D printing or whatever. So I just know what I know. And anyway,
I'm a
hello.
professional. I'm a professional at not being an expert at anything.
Yeah. I got this. My sister gave me this for Christmas to put on my desk.
Fixer of
Little-
everything.
Little plaque. And then the hat she gave me, it says, "That's what I do. I fix stuff and I know things." I fix stuff and I know things. I'll probably engrave that on something.
I like it. Mine should say, I break stuff and I don't know anything. I think I like that. Let's see. Hey, there's Tim.
Hey,
Happy
Tim,
New
what's
Year,
going on?
Tim. Enjoy
Happy New
your
Year,
dinner.
Tim. Yeah, I have a couple river rocks I want to engrave on the fiber, and then I'm gonna jump on some coasters in the morning and then go from there. And I'll film all my footage, and then I'll engrave some more steel. I need to find some stainless out in the garage. I actually have a few appliances that are covered in stainless steel, and I'm going to tear them apart and use that stainless. Sadly, like I was talking to Jeremy, and I told you that I went down to mail a package, and that big stainless steel dishwasher was sitting there, that unit. And me and Jeremy were just talking about the prior day, and I should have picked it up. And when I went back, of course, it was gone. So.
Oh, don't worry about it, Tim. I know it's been busy. I just wanted to make sure you knew that I didn't forget this time. That's all. Let's see. Carl's asking if Steve and Rich went to bed. I think they did. Rich was feeling terrible, and I know Steve was tired. He had a long night. Chicago Bob is a professional amateur. I resemble that remark. Jack Legs, jack of all trades, master of none. I'm a professional. That means I get paid to do it, not that I'm good at it. Fair enough. Heirloom Game Call says I'm a woodworker with ever expanding horizons. Yep, you got to keep expanding them. For sure.
Yeah, I don't hire anybody to do anything. I always do everything myself. And whether it's concrete or building something out of wood or working on my vehicles, I always do everything myself.
Now, this is so true on so many levels. I'm YouTube certified on several things. I mean, I was thinking about watching a YouTube video and taking out my own gallbladder just to get it over with, but I figured I'd leave that to the professionals.
And your camera isn't messing up right now. And I know LightBurn's not running, but you said you had trouble even when LightBurn wasn't running. But it's been perfect since you've been on.
Yeah, it comes and goes. I don't know.
Yeah, I wish I could help you on it, but I have no idea what could be causing it.
Let's see. Jerry Cooper says he's been looking at the fiber lasers I mentioned the other day. I'm confused on what to get from JPT, Rakis, Galvo, 2.5D, then Power and Brand. What exactly are you wanting to do? What are you wanting to do with your fiber laser? If you give me an idea of the few main things you want to focus on, and then we can go from there. Let's see.
A month or so ago, when we got the affiliate link from Rolly, the link that I had was bad, and I've been sharing that in all my videos and all my socials. And I caught the mistake a couple days ago, and I corrected it. And then one of my online friends just bought a Rolly, and I got commission on it.
Oh, nice.
I'm thinking, wow, all that I've been sharing the wrong code. It's just like, what else have I missed out on? But that's nice.
Let's see. Where is that? Oh, Robert mentioned trophies, and if anybody didn't see those on the LMR live stream today, hold on. So this is the trophy I designed and cut out in acrylic. So I designed that last night, cut it out this morning, got it engraved as well. But this is our top LMR supporter, was Chuck Wheeler for the year. So he got a custom award.
What are you using to glue it together with? What kind for acrylic to acrylic?
This is just slot in a tab,
Okay. Oh, I see.
press
That's
fit.
beautiful.
Yeah, I can do more than just fiber laser metal, which I don't know. I guess that's probably what I'm most known for, because I did a lot of axes, done tons of axes and stuff like that. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you, Clack Shack. I greatly appreciate it. Clack sent some viewers over to keep us company after his live stream was over.
Nice.
That's why I wanted to schedule it for 10. That way it'd be after their stream, and I didn't want to interfere with them. So awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of different people on today.
I'm trying to get to all these comments. Ventari Clack sent me. Awesome. Hey, Nipa, how are you today? Is a camera really worth the investment? It's a small investment. You can use pretty much any webcam. I have a video on that. The title is what's the best LightBurn camera? And it's basically the camera that you have. You can make it work, and it'll work well. But it's handy for a few things. With the CO2 or the diode, it's really handy for just lining up materials so you can nest stuff and have less waste. That's where it really shines. For the fiber laser, I use it for tracing items like this knife I'm going to demonstrate here in a little bit. Let's see. Ventari and Clack. Thank you, Ventari and Clack. Let me try to run through the names. We the People. Then we have Frank Taylor, Mike Williamson, Brian, Joe, and is that G silent? I'm not even going to try. And Bill, and ETLC, and Thad, and Agilat, and let's see, who else? Pete. There's a lot of these. And Chris.
Hey, Chris.
And Dawn. And Jim. Thank you so much. Just did my first burn test on my laserMATIC Mark II. Only did the 10 watt. Awesome. Can't wait to do the 30. The 30 is outstanding. I love it. It's great. IG Creates, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Thanks, Ventari. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Happy New Year, Ventari.
Robert Lowe, Martin's Curbside Creations, Mark. Wanted to send you some love from our stream. Well, I am getting it. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it, guys. More than I can say. Ordinary Woodworker. Let's see. Paul Bald 2. Let's see. Did I get Brian Smith? Bob Malarkey. Eugene Owen. Sharon's here. Let's see. Nipa says the trophies are awesome. Thank you very much. Hey, I think we all made it. Thanks, Clack and Vitari, for sending some folks over. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Definitely. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. All right. Now I'm going to scroll back up and make sure I didn't miss any questions. So just give me one moment. Okay, here's Jerry's response. Engraved metal in depth, not worried too much about color. Don't need the fastest, won't be taken to different places. I would at least go with a 60 watt JPT. You really don't need the 2.5D. If you want to use LightBurn, you just need an EasyCAD 2 board, which is the BJJCZ fiber. not the light, but get the regular fiber one, and you should be good to go. Oh, thanks, Jeremy. Welcome, everybody. It's great to see you all here. Hit that like button. Thank you very much. And again, thanks again, Jim. I really appreciate that. We'll show it again. Got the camera question. Trophies. All right. Got another one. Clint. Hello. Frank. Hello.
Happy New Year.
You can see comments in here, can't you, Jerry?
Yeah, I can comment
Yep.
also.
Yeah. Okay. I thought so. I have one request for stainless with the fiber. Any other requests? But I think I'm going to start up LightBurn. No, LightBurn's actually already on.
Yeah.
And now I brought it to the foreground, and look at that.
Yeah, there went your camera glitching.
Now if I
Yeah, if
minimize
anybody
it,
in chat has an answer to why his camera glitches when he runs LightBurn, please let him know. He's changed just about everything, and it still happens.
I minimized it on my second screen here. So I'm going to, here, let me just transition over to my second screen.
Maybe it's your video. That's the only thing I can think. You replace everything else.
It shouldn't be the video card, but now you'll see.
Make that big and make me little so people can see it better.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. This is, I need to clear this off anyway. File, save, file. Nope. All right, there's my camera. All right. Frank, LightBurn could be trying to use the camera. I have it set to use the USB video device, which is the camera that's over there on the laser. And I've made sure that I set it to default camera system, and none of that has helped, which is strange. Camera capture system, default. Camera resolution.
We'll go grab something I want to show you here in a minute.
All right. I think I'm going to try and change this. Custom and see if it gets worse. Restart LightBurn. I am not running OBS. I have an A10 Mini. So it's handling all the video processing and everything. And it just acts, when it connects to the computer, it acts like a webcam. Let's see. LightBurn takes the USB. Yeah, I need to get a different, just go ahead and buy all new USB cables and see. I'm not using an extension on this A10 Mini. It's plugged directly in with the, actually, it's the same, it's the cable that came with the Stream Deck. So, you know, that would be a good one.
That'll be cool to restore and do a video on.
Yes, it will. I have one of those. It was my great-grandfather's.
I guess it's for like cutting weeds or something. I'm not really sure. It's like an axe,
Yep.
sort of.
Yep.
Yeah, this thing is ancient.
Swing that
but I've
blade.
seen that. Well, fiber laser, that'll be really cool. I'm not going to use the fiber laser to strip all the rust. I'll do that with a wire brush just to save time, but that'll be neat.
Yeah, that will be neat. You can put some really cool patterns on that. Bush axe, Jack says.
Okay.
I'm running on a PC, not a Mac, PC. Okay.
Yeah, home protection. I've got my alien behind me also.
That would scare the crap out of somebody. Walk in and see that. That'd be definitely a deterrent. put
While I was
a shot.
taking my video today, my wife walked in the kitchen and made a rude comment and interrupted my video. I left that part in the video. I was going to take it out, but I said, I'll just leave it in there. So.
Let's see. All right, I turned the camera back on. LightBurn's running. Let's see how long this stays stable. But all right, I'm going to go ahead and make this bigger.
Heirloom game calls $10.
Heirloom, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that.
Needs glowing red eyes, yeah.
Question, compare with stainless on the MK2. Compare a fiber. I haven't really tried stainless with the laserMATIC Mark II. You can definitely anneal it and get different colors. It's just much slower. Definitely slower. But you can do it. You just got to take your time. Or let the laser take its time and you wait. That's more proper. So let me make this camera bigger. Let me pop this out. All right, so you should be seeing, although it didn't resize the camera like it normally does.
I see a faint overlay on top of you.
Oh, it didn't.
There you go.
All right, there we go. Well, it didn't resize the camera window like it normally does. That's all the bigger it's going. Well, alrighty then.
Minnesota Maker, $10. Thanks for all that you do, for everything you do.
Thank you, Greg. I greatly appreciate that. I'm going to be right back over there with you. I'll pop that up on the screen. Jerry, I'd give you admin controls if this was my StreamYard, but I'm borrowing Rich's StreamYard for this evening.
That's fine. I can read comments too if you need me to.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I'm on the other microphone.
Jack says, how many colors can you get with a MOPA?
Oh, let HTL Holsters in chat answer that one for you. He's done the most color testing besides Geo that I know of personally.
I've done very little, and I learned what I know from Jeremy, HTL Holsters.
All right, so you see I have a white piece of paper underneath there?
Yep.
And then I'm going to put the machete there.
You can drag that LightBurn window from the corner, open it up, make it bigger.
It's not doing it.
Oh, okay.
Yep, watch.
Well, that's weird.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it should just go blink and instantly be there.
That's what it normally does, except for today, since we're live.
Jeremy says he'll be doing a video on colors this week.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're welcome to throw that up on my group also, Jeremy.
All right, so you'll see that I have that machete laying underneath the laser. I want to make sure LightBurn sees just the outline of it.
Colors, yeah.
So just the outline of it against the paper. And
well, depending on where you live in the country, Jack, that might just be how you say colors.
Color. Yeah, I know. Yeah, this is a kukri. Cold steel kukri. So at this point, see in the middle here, you have trace. LightBurn will actually take a picture of it, but it's only going to take a picture of what's in your field of view for your field size of your lens. So in those instances, you might have to rotate it, do it at a 45-degree angle to fit it in. But what I'm going to do is
I never
switch
thought
to
about putting a camera on my fiber laser, but I guess that's a good idea.
I'm going to switch to my, I lost my window.
Comgrow sent me a camera a long time ago with an arm, L-shaped arm, that I just have laying around. That would work. It's LightBurn compatible.
Now, where did you put it, LightBurn? It hid my camera window from me.
Jack says he never put a camera in any of his lasers yet.
Okie dokie.
Jeremy said he tried to put a camera on his fiber, but it kept getting in the way.
All right, so I switched to my 300 millimeter lens profile. And now I'm going to do a trace. But you can see, let's see if I can make this bigger. It's really not going to get any bigger. But you can adjust these sliders. And you'll see what's highlighted in that. Is that pink or purple? But basically, you can adjust the sliders to try to get a better trace of your object. And I'm not going to get a good trace of this object. And I was wondering if anybody has any guesses why. I'm not gonna probably not going to get a really good trace.
It's picking up everything else. You have to go in and delete all of it, all that extra junk.
But you see right there what it's picking up? Then it's picking up the shadow. So then by the time you get rid of the shadow, you start to lose your trace.
Heirloom game calls, take care. Medication and dog walking time.
Yep, you got it, Brian. Picking up shadows. So I should be able to fix that just by let me go to my phone. And now I'm going to wash out the screen, probably. Should have much less shadow. Let me update the overlay. All right, now should be good to go.
Where do you mount a camera on your laser? Right behind the lens? That way it can move up and down with it?
Exactly. I'll show you where it is. And then when you're tracing, you can specify exactly what you want to trace just by clicking and dragging around it. So now we're just getting the blade, and then
we're not seeing what you're doing.
Oh shit! Sorry.
There you go.
All right. Let me start over. Okay, so now the shadows are gone since I turned on some more light. I hit trace, and then I only want to trace the blade. So you click and drag, and now you see only within that rectangle are points showing up. Let me fade the image, and then you can still adjust the sliders to fine tune your trace. I'm going to go with get a little bit more of it. Trying to get as much noise out of the way as possible. Let's just go with that. Now I'm going to hide the overlay. Now I'm going to switch back to my 200 millimeter lens profile. That's what I have on there. I'm going to have to switch to a 300. I think just to make this easier, so I don't have to make it a catty corner. It'll fit. It's just going to be at a 45. Let me switch back.
Yeah, Brian, if you're talking. Sorry. Yeah, Brian, I got 2 dogs if you're talking to me. I just gave them a cracker so they'd go away.
All right, now go back and check the comments here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Brian has a LightBurn camera for placement with a separate webcam in the enclosure to watch it work. Yep, good idea. It's best to watch your laser through the webcam. Yep, guys, it was blending too much with the background with the shadows. Let's see. And you had asked me about, Jack saw where a guy messed up his vision by having the wrong glasses while running his fiber laser. Yeah, that's what I did with my lights. I just went to the Casa app. All right, Jerry, I can do that. HTL, yeah, I can put. I'll do that too. Put a link up. Actually, I'll put the Amazon link up. That'd probably be better. Now, you asked me about where I mounted the cameras. I wonder. Switch over. I got another switcher, so now I have too many cameras. So the A10 Mini has 4 inputs. So with one of those inputs, I now have a switcher plugged in. It would help if the camera was turned on. Okay, here we go. Right there's the camera. Do you see it hanging off the front?
Oh, I see. Okay. It's right in front of the lens angled down. Okay.
So right there's where I have the camera mounted.
Okay.
For that
Double-sided.
camera, it didn't have a case. So I just 3D modeled a little case and then stuck it up there with double-sided tape.
Okay.
And then just have it angled so it points at the bed.
Okay. Then run some tests, see how accurate it is, but okay. Yeah, Brian, I think he's got a ring light on that. On his laser, he's got a ring light around it.
Well, on some of them. This one, I just have an LED strip. My ring light broke, and I had some extra LED strips, so I just stuck one up there just to give me some extra light.
If you had a lot of light in your workshop there, then you wouldn't need that. But at night, if you want to film something, you can shut off the main light and still film in the dark, probably.
Basically, yeah. It's just whenever I have all the overhead shop lights on, especially when I have a video on, because it tends to sometimes wash out the screen.
Okay.
Now, my other laser over here. Let me zoom in on this one. And just fell. And it's back on. All right. Now, if you look on top of the UV laser right here, let me zoom. There, you'll see the ring light on top of that. And autofocus. There we go.
You go.
So that laser does have a ring light. My other ring light broke. Otherwise, I would have a ring light on the other one.
Right above the little dude with the hat, and right below Burn to Learn, in between there.
Yep.
Yeah, the black ring with the white light below it.
Right here.
Yep.
We zoom out. There. Now you can get a view of the shop. Tiny shop there. Basically a one-car garage I'm taking up with all these lasers.
You got like what, a 10 or 12-foot ceiling, 10-foot ceiling?
10 foot.
Yeah. Yeah, tripod's got a 10-foot. I got like, I don't know, 7, 8 foot of low ceiling, all drywall in my garage. But I'm in my house here, and I'm in the living room of my house, one of my living rooms. It's too small. I got too much stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at the point where I've got lasers hanging from the rafters.
Yeah. All my stuff I don't use, I just sell them to make a little money. I sold all this. I try to get rid of everything I don't use.
There's the better view of how that is just laying there on the laser bed. Then I put a little block underneath of it to make it level.
Wow, 6 foot. That's a low ceiling. Yeah, I think mine's 8.
Good. I still wouldn't hit my head on it, though. I think I'm 5'10" on a good day.
I used to be 5'8" until I got older, and I don't know what I am now. Yeah, one part of my video, I back up and I go, wow, that's really big. And I told my wife I should have made a comment. And I'm not talking about my stomach. I'm talking about the alien.
That's funny.
I didn't say it, but I should have. Yeah, since I retired construction, I just sit around, I eat and I eat and I eat. And yeah, I don't like turning sideways on the camera. I need to put some duct tape on my mouth and lose some weight.
So you'll see this tray still has some noise around the edges. Anybody have any guesses on what to do to try and fix that a little bit?
Trace it, pull up some nodes, and go around and clean them up. Node
That
edit.
is one thing we could do. What I'll generally do first is do an offset. And then take that offset. And then at that point, you have way less nodes to fix. So we can go in here and just do a little fixing in through here, and it'll look much, much cleaner. Or if you can't get a good trace, the other thing to do is update your overlay. I unclick the fade button. I grab the pen tool. I'll make this, let's do blue. It'll show up. Whoops. Yeah, I didn't want it to do that. Try to get your subject positioned in the center. And then with the pen tool, you can start clicking, drag. It creates a curve. You can kind of do a pretty good outline with this pen tool. Let me see if I can get this to curve up and hit that. So that looks like it's about right on the money. Then that one. Hey, you weren't supposed to be down there. Then when that happens, you can just start all over. Or go back and edit your points. I'm just going to start all over. I don't want to spend all day on this. I changed to black. Of course. But you kind of get the picture of what you can do to just do your own trace with a pen tool. Then if you have it set to fill, whenever you come back to the beginning, it will, if you have your view set to fill, it'll fill it and you'll know that you have all lines connected like that. So then at this point, if you need to edit the nodes a little bit to make it follow the curve a little better, like say if we wanted this to be a little bit better, we can actually go to node edit and work with these handles and try to get those to follow the see right there.
I noticed your axe that you engraved a couple days ago that you left room where you could put it, you could sharpen it. You didn't go all the way to the edge with the design.
That is correct. Yeah, I generally try not to put the engraving on the actual sharpened part. I mean, overall, we have a pretty good trace so far. Fix that right there. Let me switch it back to black. And we'll take a look at it.
Dale Dubs is taking off. Take care, Dale. Have a good year.
Thanks, Dale. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. But anyway, that's kind of my quick and dirty method for doing a quick trace with the camera. So you can either let LightBurn trace it, and if you get a good trace, great. If not, start playing around with the pen tool and learn how to use it. Just remember when you click and drag, that's when you get your curves and can make your curves. Let me get back to the comments. Laser and printers are in an 8x12 building. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, it depends if you're using the outer area to design to, or you're going to use the trace as part of the engrave. But I'm wanting to do with this trace is use it to cut, use it as a cookie cutter to cut the shape out of a pattern, like scrolls or something like that. Then you just basically die cut that trace out and throw the excess away, and then we engrave the pattern. Let's see. Inkscape. I've never used Inkscape. I always use Illustrator. I use Illustrator most of the time. I think I do half my design work in Illustrator and the other half in LightBurn. I just try to use both.
What's a good source for some cheap mags that I can practice on in the future? I know you sent me a couple that I can work on the inside, but whenever I get into doing that, where's a good resource that just for practice on? Nothing, no quality.
Like, are you wanting to buy brand new mags?
Doesn't matter if they're used, just so I got something to engrave on to practice on. I know I have a couple insides from you where you done the outside and they were cut in half, and I can work on the inside.
Yep. Shoot, you've got that. Oh, what's the name of it? There in Vegas, the gun range with all the machine guns and stuff.
Oh yeah, okay. They all sell stuff like that. All right.
Yeah, ask them if they have any mags that are they're getting ready to throw away. They might give them to you.
Okay, I'll check on that. The Mag Shack, they have the best prices. Okay.
All right. What pattern should I cut out? What would look good on this Kukri machete? Any suggestions? I'm open to suggestions.
Something Hawaiian, I don't know.
I could do scrolls or something else I could do. I could use Adobe Illustrator's text to vector and just type something in and let it pick a pattern for us.
Oh, here's something else I got that'll be cool to engrave properly.
Yep, those are always good. I like that knife.
Yeah, I put your journeys over it. There's a sci-fi show I used to watch, and whenever you went to wherever you went to, your journeys over. So I done that with. It's not. It won't scrub off, but I can't feel it. It's on one's on a 5-watt something. But anyway, that'll be good to make look nice on a professional laser.
I think before I get to the machete. Sorry, I was thinking. I have a stainless steel bottle opener here. So for the stainless steel, you can engrave something on this bottle opener, and I'll just do a black mark.
That's right. I do have some of those you sent me. I remember that.
On the stainless. It's actually one that comes with a silicone sleeve, but it's still stainless steel, so we can engrave underneath of it and do the silicone too.
You know those bins they sell at Harbor Freight? They're all different colors. You hang them on the wall or whatever. I'm thinking about putting all those coins and everything I got from you in some of those bins and hanging them on the wall. That way I can kind of organize everything.
That would be nice and organized. That's a great idea. I forgot. I have these wrench bottle openers that I picked up at Harbor Freight. I was thinking about engraving these things and trying to do some deep engraving on them. Just reminded me when you said Harbor Freight.
Well, see if you can take off their lettering, go deep enough to take it off and put your own on it. Unless they're stamped too deep.
That's what I was thinking about trying.
Robert Law says, what machine would you consider as the best investment?
Pineapples, grenades, and unicorns. Celtic knot. Dragon. Logo. Haha, buddy. What machine would you consider as your best investment?
Depends what you want to do.
The machine that has the most time on it right now is actually the 50-watt Raycus. I used the heck out of this thing and put it through its paces, and it did great. So that was like you could say my first one. Actually, my first one was a 50-watt JPT, but I sold it when I got these other two. But the 50-watt Raycus was an excellent investment. And had I not had the opportunity to get these other two sitting beside me, I would still be using it. And I actually still take it with me and use it on the go. It was a great investment. The Raycus source costs a little less. It's not a MOPA source, but it's quite capable, and it's did everything that I've asked it to, including deep engraving, 3D engraving. I might actually have the aluminum test file.
I should take a picture of the dragon that's on my arm and then copy that in a LightBurn and trace it, and that'd be a cool burn.
That would be.
The tattoo on my arm.
Now, I'm not sure where my aluminum test pieces are, but I did several test pieces with the Rakis for the 3D engraving video that I did, and it might have taken a little bit longer than the 80 watt that I was comparing it to at the time, but it still did a great job. So it's been a great investment. It would make a great first laser, and would last you anyone several years. I'm sure it would do basically everything you wanted it to. But if you have a little bit higher budget, maybe you want a 60 watt with a little more power.
Yeah, Kenny here in Vegas.
Go ahead.
Kenny, that's here in Vegas. He's on my live streams quite a bit. He's trying to get financing to buy a How 10, similar to mine.
So even though I have the fibers, I wouldn't want to get rid of my CO2 galvo behind me. I use it all the time. It makes tumblers and water bottles, that kind of stuff, so easy. The UV laser is still fairly new to me. I've used it for a bunch of stuff, but I wouldn't want to get rid of it because it does such a great job on glass. It's just so easy to do glass. So each one has their own specific purpose, and each one of them will also multitask and do other things other than what I mainly use them for. So they've all been good investments.
When you go to a fancy high-end store or the Strip or somewhere, and they have those big fancy crystals that are solid glass, and there's a picture of somebody and their puppy in it, and you can turn it, and they're right in the center of it, and it's a perfect photograph. What type of laser does that? And I hate to think what they cost. They put it right in the middle of the glass. You look at it, it's like three-dimensional.
I think those are in the range of like $50,000, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think they use I think it might be a green laser, and it's able to focus, pinpoint right in the center of those crystals.
That's neat.
Let's do this stainless steel. I'll do the bottle opener first. Let me pick something from my art library. Still got my 200 lens on. Let me get rid of my overlay. And what would we like to see? Oh. I don't think if I have anything interesting to put on it. Oh, wait. I just thought of something. Let me load the graphics library real quick. There it is. Have that. This up here. All right. Let me get this thing in focus. I'll switch camera so you can see.
Hey, Hobo with Wood. Steve, how you doing?
Steve, made it.
Yeah, earlier somebody set up something outside before I was on the stream. I actually jumped in my chair, and not much bothers me. I mean, we got jets that fly overhead, and the gun range not too far away, but stop. I don't have no crackers. They're in the kitchen. If you can open the cupboard, you can get some. You
want attention?
Huh?
You just want some attention.
Yeah, she. Don't bark at me. No, let me get you a bone. I'll get you a bone. Go in the kitchen.
All right. Let me frame this up real quick, and I'll do a black mark on this stainless steel for you guys. Don't tread on me, snake. That would be a good one. That'd be a good one to put on the machete. I like that. I like that one. Thanks for that suggestion, Jim.
Yeah, that axe I showed you laid on the floor, and I'm barefoot, and I just ran into the handle with my foot. But no biggie. It didn't hurt. I just say ow in advance sometimes.
I'm going to use my fancy framing keyboard. All right, so I'm way too big there, so let me make it smaller.
Yeah, I got that little one I bought for like $15, but I haven't tried it yet.
Oh, you've been too busy doing other stuff. All right, now we're at the right size. It would be easier to frame if I just did the bounds. All right, now we're ready.
You want to make that screen bigger and make me small so people see it better? There you go.
Okay. Yeah. What I'm going to do is go to my library, which is pretty big here. I'm going to go to where's that? I really need to reorganize this thing. All right, so this is the fast black that I use for the 60 watt. This is a 120 watt laser. I'm going to cut the power back, and this is going to take a little while for this engrave, but it's all right. So let's cut the power back to, let's see, probably, I'm going to cut back to 20, and we'll see how it does. So this is a setting I call fast black. Speed of 1500. This is going to be a power of 20, frequency of 200, Q pulse of 90, and an interval of 0.008 with a 200 millimeter lens. I'm just going to set it for 2 passes for now, and then we'll see how it looks. Let me get that camera over there. Okay, let's see closer. There, that should look good. And I'll hit start. Jeremy, my pickup truck is actually going to hit 11 years old in March. I've had it 11 years.
I'm driving a 2001 Silverado at the moment, at least for the next 3 years.
But this is what I call fast black. So normally black marks are done slow, but I like to do experiments and try to push these lasers to do whatever I want it to do, but faster. I have a 2011 F-150. It hasn't turned 100,000 miles yet. It still has about 93, I think.
I used to have a 99 diesel dually 4-door that was jacked up, but I got rid of it. I love that truck.
But when people say, hey, you have to go slow with your fiber laser to get a dark mark, that's not necessarily true. I think I first developed this mark with the 50 watt Racus. A lot of times you'll see speed running at like 100 150, 200, 250, somewhere in that neighborhood. I'm sorry, my camera's flickering. What if I minimize LightBurn? I minimized it earlier. It stopped flickering. Unbelievable. I minimized it and it stopped flickering.
Has that happened since you had the ATEM Mini? Do you remember when it never used to do it, and then all of a sudden one day it started? You remember what changed?
And this is a new ATEM Mini. I exchanged the other one. So it's not the ATEM Mini. There you go. Jeremy's running 5,000 on stainless dog tags. Excellent. Jeremy likes to experiment too. I agree with Jack. You will get great service from the 60-watt JPT. I have a 60-watt JPT sitting beside me, and I have zero complaints with it. I just used it to stipple a Glock, and it did excellent.
And that one I just got is a 60 watt.
Yep, 60 watt will do 95% of jobs that you want it to. That's right. Jeremy has a 60 watt. I forgot to point out that I have auto rotate turned on. Always use auto rotate. Don't use crosshatch, and set your auto rotate angle to an odd number. Doesn't matter what it is. Just make sure it's an odd number. Mercer, you're going to love that 60-watt JPT. Good choice. It's better than good. Excellent choice. Let me rephrase that.
Yeah, when my laser came from China, it was stuck in customs for a couple weeks in Kentucky, I think it was. And I called UPS multiple times asking about it, and they didn't know anything. But it eventually showed up.
So this needs a little bit more power to get as dark as I wanted it to be. So cutting it back to 20 was a little bit too much. Nine jobs out of 10, maybe more than that, I use a 200 lens. See, out of 3 fibers, 200, 200, 175. And those are the ones I use all the time.
That's a cleaning pass right now, right?
Nope, that's the second pass to darken it up. It needs a little bit more power. I was just making a guess at what setting.
Okay.
I've never ran this fast black mark with the 120 watt yet. So you have to burn to learn.
Oh, I heard a thing on TV that Mickey Mouse, the trademark has ran out on the original Mickey Mouse from the 30s, the black and white with him and Minnie. So as of January 1st, you can make any kind of content you want with the original Mickey Mouse back in the 20s or 30s. Because the patents ran out on it. There's an interesting clip I was watching on YouTube talking about different things like that. And then Winnie the Pooh, that ran out on Winnie the Pooh a couple of years ago, they said, and that's why they came out with that horror movie. What, I forget the name of it. They were talking about that horror movie about Winnie the Pooh that they made.
There's a Winnie the Pooh horror movie?
Yeah, it's a B movie.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh.
Who was it? That was Jerry that was asking me earlier about um, the Noah laser. I can't remember. Were you on the stream the other day when I was demonstrating the one couple features that the Noah laser has that I really like? If you weren't, let me know and I can demonstrate those real quick.
You're talking to me or somebody in chat?
Somebody in chat.
Okay. Yeah, I try to watch everybody's videos lately on anything to do with fiber lasers. So I can try to eventually retain some of it. It's just harder rewatching live streams because they're stretched out.
I increased the power a little bit, so it's kind of black on one angle and a little goldish at the side angle. So it's getting close to where it needs to be. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I think I'll just pull it off after this is done.
That rotor I have, I'll get some jigs for it for business cards and pens and stuff. Or I'll make some jigs or something.
Yeah, Steve Mercer reached out to me the other day and we were talking. So, yeah, I think we can shorten his learning curve. Keep going back. I'm thinking about this machete, and I like the Celtic knot, but I also like the don't tread on me snake idea too. That would look really cool going across that thing. I don't know what I'll do. See, they're talking about rotaries now. Rotaries are fun. Favorite thing I've used my rotary for are cylinders, revolver cylinders. Those were fun. I should go get those and show them to you. It's going to do its second pass now, and it should darken it up even more. It looks like it is. Yeah, that's probably about where we want to be. Pretty close. It'd be good enough.
So if you're ever engraving something deep and you get done and it doesn't look like you want it, as long as you haven't touched your work, you can just go back over with more passes until you get it where you want it.
Yep. Think of a cleaning pass as an eraser. You can go back and brighten everything up, and then I had an example. Yep. It is.
And that coin jig that you sent me doesn't fit my coins either, but it's a great idea. Oh, wow.
All right. You see this axe?
I like the blues and purples.
Yeah. Do you see, let's see, which way am I going? Up here. See this line? Can you see that?
Yeah.
It wasn't done, and I didn't have it secure to my bed like I normally do with thumb screws and a bar over it, and I accidentally bumped it. And at that point, it was done.
That is beautiful, man. That is wow.
But it was gonna be awesome.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
The other side's still not done. I think I'm going to run a cleaning pass over the whole thing and see if I can salvage it somehow.
Well, if you don't keep a lot of stuff around that you can show people your work, definitely take pictures and have a flip book of some sort. So if somebody ever wants to hire you, you can say, well, here's what I've done.
Now, if you were, let's see. If you guys
I'm
watched
not
my
sure.
live
I
stream the
don't.
other day, here's side one of the axe I did on the live stream.
Mhm.
And then I finished side two up.
Yeah, it looks great, but the color really makes it pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted side two to be blue, to have some blue in it. Now, where it's tempered towards the blade end, where it's harder, it's engraves at a, well, it comes out at a different color. It's kind of got some greenish gold to it, but then we've got the blue there.
Mhm.
Then this side I left plain with the silver, so it just has a different look to it. And I'm going to clear coat it because the silver side may rust. I'm just going to clear coat it anyway.
Jeff's got a question for you.
All right. All right, and then here's the burn to learn stainless steel.
Looks good. Can you feel it?
Nope, smooth.
Okay.
Absolutely smooth. But yeah, that's nice and dark. In theory, yes, in theory it could be. Yes, Jerry, I did. Let's see. Let me back up and give you a shot. So that's the one I just used.
Mike wants to know if you vent your galvos.
All right.
Yeah, he's got an exhaust hooked up on everything.
This laser source will move out and back. So if you need some extra room, need to adjust the focal point forward and backward, you can. Then by turning these knobs that are down here at the base, there's one on each side. Let me check my alignment marks. It will rotate 360 degrees. So if you need to bring it off the side of the bed for a taller item, you can do that. You can push this all the way out, spin it sideways, and then you've got extra height off the side of the bed. Now, I have a 400 millimeter lens with this thing. That's why I have the power riser from Pinpoint Cam. That's why I have it, because I need it to go. I love giving this example. I need it to go high to be able to fit the workspace underneath of it. 200 millimeter lens focal stick, 400 millimeter lens focal stick.
Yeah.
So you see the difference.
And you sell those in your store if anybody needs them. He sells them.
How do I vent my galva? Okay, I can show you that too. You go back to camera number 3. I use these little vent hoods and have it setting on my galva lasers. So you can see there's one over there. Each one has a blast gate. And then that goes into a 6-inch line. And then the two 6 inches converge to an 8-inch line. And And then the 8-inch line runs, let's see. I've got a centrifugal fan that's behind that curtain, and then the 8-inch line runs along the ceiling and then out the garage door. Gonna have a damper on it so cold air doesn't come back in, or birds or whatever. So each laser has its own blast gate.
Does that hood serve a different purpose and you picked it up at a big box store, or?
I have that from Amazon. All the FUME Extraction stuff I have is in my Amazon store. If you guys wanted to browse that, of course it's affiliate links, but you can at least
share the link out and chat. And I'm sure
stuff.
somebody might want to look at it.
Yeah, at least you can see the stuff I'm using.
You always post those links under your videos, correct?
Yes. All right, so here's the FUME Extraction. So you'll see the Vivo Sun 8-inch inline fan that I have. It is
we don't see it.
740 CFM. So it's a 740 CFM fan, and then those hoods are made by PowerTech, but I mean you can get whatever brand you want. And I was supposed to get a link to the Noah laser. Hold on, let me do that. Got that in my store too. They have their own website, but I would recommend if you just buy it from Amazon, then you'd be in good shape. But these are the one. I'm working on it. Let me get this stupid thing to copy.
Yeah, I shared my alien yesterday on a couple of Facebook groups without a face on it, and I'm still getting comments, even though I already posted the video in the same place.
Single AC infinity fan will work just fine. I used just the single AC infinity fan for 2 laser split. I've used it for 3 lasers, but by having the blast gates, you're not running them all. Typically, I wasn't running 3 lasers at the same time. So if only one was shut and 2 were open, it had plenty of suction.
And I got a little bitty oval round 195 CFM with 2 blast gates, and I don't do 2 things at once. But if I ever want to run my fiber laser and my Raleigh, well, then I'm going to have an issue with sucking air. It probably wouldn't do so well. So I might buy something like a 6-inch AC Infinity and then have 4-inch ducts come out both sides to reduce it down. But just buy the bigger one in case I ever need it.
Yep. Just the one thing that I make sure I do, no matter what I'm doing, is I do a straight run from the fan to the outdoors. That way it's not, because if you have a leak after the fan, it's going to just blow that exhaust right back in your room. So I do a straight run of ductwork from the fan to the exit point.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main thing to keep in mind, no matter what fan you're using.
And then when Raleigh gets them back in, I'm going to get the side out for the MK2 instead of it being on the rear. It's better if it's on the side out. If you ever want to use a pass through, it's just kind of in the way, having that tube right above it.
How many of you folks use Adobe Illustrator? And of those that do use Illustrator, how many have used the text to vector graphic function? Have you ever messed around with Illustrator, Jerry?
No. I had a few products from Adobe a while back. I forget what I paid for and what I didn't, but I don't know if they're still on my computer or not. I'll have to check.
What I'm going to do, let's see. I'll open up Illustrator here real quick.
Let me type it in and see if it comes up. I don't know if it's still on my computer or not.
All right, I'm going to take a picture of this machete. Then bring it into Illustrator. Let's see. Jack uses Inkscape. Mercer plans to use AI as in the past. Okay. Jim, not smart enough to learn Adobe. Yeah, you can do it. Vectric Aspire. I've never used Vectric, but I don't have CNC. I'm just waiting for my pictures to sync. Do any of you guys use the Link to PC app with your phone and your Android?
I've got Proto. I got a free version of Desk Proto that well, it's a licensed version was given to me for my CNC. I was going to do it so I could make chess pieces and stuff like that on a small rotary on my same Smart 4040, but I haven't learned the software yet.
I was wanting to get the picture from my phone, and it's not wanting to load up, of course. It's because I'm live. If I wasn't live, it would load up just fine.
I logged into Adobe, and it says that on December 13th of 2018, I paid for Adobe Photoshop Elements and Adobe Premiere Elements for $80. So I don't know if they're still on my computer, but it says I bought them back in 2018. But I don't think Photoshop Elements or Premiere Elements will do me any good here.
I have a dumb smartphone or a laptop too old. Can't get the two to talk to each other. A dumb smartphone. I like it. Yep, I used to do the take a picture and send it to myself all the time. It's always a very handy thing to do. Now, let me just do this.
Yeah, my brother doesn't have a smartphone or a computer, nor has he ever owned a computer. My older brother.
I don't know why it's not wanting to cooperate. Figures. I'm just going to take a screenshot from the LightBurn camera and paste it into Illustrator. And here we go. I'm just going to trace this real quick. I don't want a stroke or fill. No. I'm going to have to start tracing first. And I grabbed the wrong tool. Okay. let me get back over here and flip flop those. They don't need to fill. So this is how I do my traces in Illustrator, obviously. If you double click on a node when you're using that curve tool, it'll make it a straight line. And then you can go back and not a straight line. It'll lock the angle, so it's not a curve.
Won't LightBurn do everything you want instead of Illustrator?
Not everything I want. Most of everything I want. Then double click that, and then up to here, and double click. All right, now we've got a trace there. Now let's use text to vector, and what it will do.
Can you make your screen bigger?
Oh yeah. So I want to make the fill active, have this shape highlighted, and then you can type in whatever you want. Your subject or scene, icon, pattern. So if I type in Celtic knot pattern, Celtic knot, black and white. Let's see what it comes up with.
Oh, it'll go out and search for it. The program will.
It's AI, so it's going to generate.
Oh, that's cool.
Three samples here.
That's built into Illustrator. All right.
Yep. And then it's going to use that as the fill pattern. So basically, it creates a swatch out of it, and we'll create a seamless pattern.
Adobe Sensei.
So there's example one. Then here's the second one I made. That's pretty cool. And here's the third one. But it's just that easy to get some custom artwork with Illustrator. And then you can move this around because it makes a clipping mask out of it, but it's a seamless pattern that you end up getting.
Wow.
But it's pretty neat.
Well, how much Illustrator, is that a one-time fee, or do they want a monthly payment forever?
Monthly. However, if you know someone in education or that homeschools, or there's different ways to get discounts.
Yeah, I had some program a long time ago. I said I was in high school and I got it for free. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, I like this second one. Those look cool. Let's say I wanted to use this. I always make a second copy and work off my copy. That way, if I screw something up too bad, I can go back to this one.
Have my grandson sign up for it or something. Hey, hook up Grandpa here.
So if I actually wanted to use this, I have to do Object, Expand. I'd like those to be fills. It's going to be tough to color this to get your fills and strokes correct. Just because it didn't do black and white like I asked it to.
You can't pull. I'm pulling it. It's not.
Instead of right there, black and white. Now let's see what we get. Black and white. All right.
No, you're gonna have to remember to.
Why did it 10 times last?
Tapeworm. Man, when I was sick, I lost like 15 pounds or so, and it looked like I was the winner of the tapeworm challenge. I felt so skitty and so terrible when I had my gallbladder out. And of course, it doesn't make it black and white.
Ooh, this is soft.
Although those are cool patterns.
There's never put them out. That's fine.
That's okay. I've got tons of Celtic stuff.
We used to together before Mike's with her friend June did, because it was sweet.
Not on this like this. It's sweet. I like it.
I have an idea. How about I inset my logo into a Celtic knot pattern? Now I'll cover logo somebody, or I could inset the "Don't Tread on Me" snake into some sort of
Nice.
Celtic pattern.
He can hear you talking. He's talking in chat. Don't whisper. He can hear you. He's doing a design for a knife.
That's what I asked you.
He can hear you. Don't talk.
Happy New Year, Patrick.
Happy New Year. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Good. Just hanging out. What do we have? 24 minutes
You're
left.
cool.
Yeah, LightBurn will adjust that. You can import it in, and LightBurn will assign a different layer to each collar. I just wanted to have more stroke around those. It's probably going to be difficult because it has gradients there. It's not all one color. If you see here, if it would have just did black and white like I asked, it would have looked much better. But no biggie.
Here's the only thing we're drinking. Here's the only thing we're drinking tonight.
That's it.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I had was some unsweet tea.
This is Moscato. It's called Risata Moscato. Product of Italy. It's sweet. Maybe if my wife drinks enough of it, she'll be nice to me.
Maybe.
Yeah, they're in the fridge. Yeah, if you get a chance tomorrow, Patrick, check out that video and tell me what you think.
I definitely will. I think I might use
Cream soda. I love cream soda. Fago. I don't recognize the brand. At least not where I live, but I love cream soda.
Fago.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Are you a juggalo? HTL holsters. He might be a juggalo.
When my son was a teenager, he liked a group. They were called Juggalos. They were the group is called ICP.
Insane Clown Posse. Yep, their fans
Yes.
are called juggalos, and they always spray Fago on people at their concerts.
Yeah, I used to have all kinds of stuff regarding them. Yeah, I told my son, I said, ICP too, go in the bathroom. They had, I think, one song I actually liked. No, there's no more.
All
It's
right,
all gone.
let's go back to Illustrator.
Yeah.
How about if we use this Celtic knot?
Nikita, it's all gone.
I'll wait for you guys to catch up on the live before I do anything. But how about this Celtic knot? We can put this right here. think that'd look cool, kind of like right in the middle.
The Clack Shack, about a week, I don't remember when it was, a week or two ago, he engraved the bottom of a tumbler. When he took the bottom out of his laser, or actually it was a Raleigh, he turned it up on end and done the bottom of it. It's cool. I don't have.
All right. So to do this Celtic knot, what I'm going to do is make a copy of this outline. I'm going to hit Control C and then just hit Control F, and hopefully it pastes it in front. So now you'll see that it pasted it in front of the knot. So now if I grab the knot and then this pattern and then hit Shift, then I can right click and make the clipping mask, and then there we go. And then at that point, I can go and expand this, and we'll have our Celtic knot pattern. Now that it's expanded, then the next thing we do is find the Pathfinder, and then do a merge. Now we have our Celtic knot pattern and then our outline. And I want to keep this outline, so I'm going to make it black. Activate my stroke, make it black. And then to prepare this for engraving, we don't want any of the negative stuff engraved. So I'm going to select black. And obviously that's not the same black as what the stroke is because it didn't select it. Let me go to recolor. And right there's the problem. See that? 0.39%. Why would it not just make it black? If I want it exact, and then I'm just going to lower this to 0. Absolute black. Then I'm going to do the same thing. Now, when I select that, it didn't select this over here. So obviously there are two color blacks there. So let's just recolor the artwork. And right there it is. So we'll make this exact. Drop all these to 0s. It's hard for me to see the difference in those black colors like that. Now if I use the magic wand and select black, it should select everything. I'm going to make it select everything. Select inverse. We don't have any inverse there. So that means it's clean. And you can actually copy and paste that right into LightBurn, just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
To make it easier to work with, I'm going to separate it out. I'm going to just highlight it. Control C. Put back to LightBurn. Cancel that. Hide that. Select that 300 lens. Instead, changed it back to 200. And paste. Size isn't correct, but that's all right. But you can paste right into LightBurn from Illustrator, which is very convenient. And ungroup. I'll take this one and make it.
So that's your main program for your mags or any kind of artwork that you do is Illustrator, right?
Yeah. Yep. Now I need to regroup this. Control G. And if you remember, I did copy and paste the picture out of LightBurn to trace. So these should be at the same angle. And pretty close to the same size. So I'm just going to make that my starting point at the width of 288. That'll get us close. So then what I'll do is frame this, get it to the exact size I need, and then adjust this one to match the tool path. So I don't need that one. But first, I need to change lenses. And I need to tighten my tower back. I was showing you how it spun around.
Everybody watching, before you click the thumbs up button down below. And if you're not subscribed, please do so.
I'm not really trying to get this exact where it's going to be for the engrave. I'm just trying to get it sized right at this point. And I'm not going to put my logo on. I don't really want it on there. Frame, and I'm going to do the contour. So I'm framing the contour. Oops. I'll see that's a little far out. Let's put this back to where it's probably in the center there. All right, 200 lens is coming off. $300 lens is going on. Not bad. I have the wrong adapter on that lens. Let me fix it. Where I was demonstrating lenses in the live stream the other day, I had the wrong adapter on that lens. So here's the lens, and I need, it's an OPEX lens, so I need the short OPEX adapter. I wasn't even paying attention.
You got 10 minutes to midnight, right?
Yeah, it is. 12 minutes.
Yeah, I've got 3 hours.
Oh, that's right. You were all the way over there in
Vegas,
Las Vegas.
Pacific zone.
Let's see. You can see this on camera. Here's the 200 lens focal stick, and here's the 300. But the reason that's so short right now is I need to focus it for the 300. And it's not so small. Pretty close. All right. Let me level that up.
My 200 lens, I think it is, when I was adjusting the focus, it seems like quite a bit of movement where it was louder and brighter here, and then I backed off the crank a little bit, and it took a little bit before it changed. So then I kind of went back and tried to pick a happy medium and say, okay, that's good.
Grab a random level. Be pretty close. Yeah, that's close enough.
From here, it looks like it's running uphill, but of course it's not. But
Oh, that thing is trash. Hey, where's all my plastic space?
yeah, the noise outside don't bother my dogs at all, Jeremy.
That's better. I'm just going to hit the larger on my little framing keyboard just to make it bigger. Should only take a couple taps and get it about right. That's good enough for me. Oh, so what do you guys want me to do? You want me to hit this thing hard or hit it light?
It's yours, whatever you want to do. People are here to watch whatever you're doing. It's up to you. You're the teacher. Just in 8 minutes, you can go kiss your wife and yell Happy New Year.
Yep. All right, so I just resized that and nested it right inside the toolpath, and it is ready to go.
Yep, make some sparks.
Snapped in place and ready.
Got your exhaust on? Are you going to use your air assist?
Yeah, I am going to turn on air assist. Get rid of this. We don't need it.
Jeremy says, burn it. Heirloom Game Call says, show me and explain.
And I just nudged it. I'm going to have to reframe it. I'm going to hit the framing button on my keyboard. No, I'm not, because I don't have the graphics button. Yep, I did hit it. Remind me not to hit that again. All right, so I will be using Air Assist. And if anybody wants an Air Assist demo to see what it looks like with and without, I can do that. I did that the other day, so if you already saw
Hey,
it.
Matt.
Then you see
Matt
it
German, did you watch the video? I plugged you in it. Jeremy said if you do it right, you can light a cigar off the sparks.
Yep. Then I'll do it right. I'm gonna get this started real quick.
4.5 minutes till midnight for you.
4.5. Getting close.
Okay, Matt. Yeah, that one part, Matt, I had to reslice twice. The one was too thin, so I had to make it bigger and reprint that where we had that gap at. But turned out all right.
I'm going to do one layer with multiple sub layers. So I'm going to run 10 passes. Scan angle is going to start at 45, but it's going to rotate at 37 degrees. So see, we're at an odd angle. Then a cleaning pass, then another engrave, then another clean. Then this is a cleaning pass. It doesn't need to be 10.
What are your cleaning pass settings?
This one is like a high-powered cleaning pass. Let me get to it. There it is. Runs at 50% power, but I'm running 120 frequency, so that drops the power down just by running at higher frequency. But that's my last cleaning pass. And then the other one is actually it's running the same too.
You got a diode pump or a aquarium pump? Mike's wondering for your assist.
I have it set up to my big, what is it, 30-gallon tank outside. But when I first started experimenting with air assist, I did use, I used the regular aquarium pump that came with my CO2 and just had a piece of tubing pointed at the material, and I was just experimenting to see what would happen, especially when I was burning wood with the fiber. And it turns out I was getting better results using air assist with metal. And I'll show you here real quick what it looks like with and without. I'll just go ahead and start this.
Just like airbrush, you can use any size compressor as long as you got a regulator on it, so you can crank it way down the pressure so you don't blow everything apart.
Yeah, I used to use the little 8-gallon California Air Tools compressor, but then having multiple lasers, it was cycling on and off an awful lot. So
2 minutes, 2-minute warning.
All right, here we go.
Is your exhaust on?
Oh, I forgot to turn it on. That's another thing about the air assist. It'll help get the smoke where you want it to go.
There we go. Oh, nice.
First pass is going to be smoky, just burning that coating off.
I can't wait to learn how to do this. I'll have to check into Adobe Illustrator and see what it might cost me. One minute, Patrick. 1 minute till you're midnight. Not that you care, but you got 1 minute. Now you got 50 seconds. I got 3 hours. Well, actually, I'm looking at the StreamYard clock. That's why I say that. By my computer, you have 2 minutes, but according to StreamYard, you got 50 seconds. So I don't know what your cell phone says. $50 to $60 a month. Holy smokes. That's out of I can't afford that.
Want to be midnight. Burning the midnight oil.
According to StreamYard, it's midnight there, and my computer, you got a minute. I don't know what did your cell phone say?
Yeah, I got it a minute.
You gonna run up and down your street naked and yell Happy New Year?
What's that?
You got to run up and down your street naked right now and yell Happy New Year to your neighbors?
Luckily, I don't have any neighbors, really. I look outside, I don't see anybody.
Oh, good.
So I can run up and down my driveway naked and nobody would see me.
So you go out and mark your territory.
Happy New Year,
Happy New Year,
everybody.
doppelganger. Yep, I got 3 hours to go. That'll be my New Year. Will Inkscape do the same thing Illustrator will do minus AI?
Okay, here we go.
I think Jack was talking about in chat that he's Inkscape. There's so many things you can pick up cheap, reasonably cheap, and engrave and make them worth big money. Well, reasonable amounts of money really fast. Some one-of-a-kind art.
Yeah, like these $6 Harbor Freight machetes.
Yeah.
That pick those things up for $6.
And if you made it with AI, then nobody can say, well, that's my design, and you can't use that. AI made it. Okay, Mike says that, yes, for SVG images, it works well. All right. Yeah, I've got a 60-watt MOPA mic that I got about a month ago that I haven't learned how to use, and I'm sure in a couple of years I'll still be learning, but I want to learn how to do stuff like this.
But I like the ability to create stuff in Illustrator and have each layer in different colors. So if I wanted to do a multi-layer engrave, and then you can just copy and paste that right into LightBurn, and LightBurn assigns it those colors, and you already have everything in multi-layer exactly the way you want it. So yeah, I've got let me pull up an example.
Happy New Year, Ike. Hopefully 2024 won't be a repeat of 2021 and things will get better. We'll see.
Okay, here's an example. So this was a large coin, almost 4-inch coin that I did. And I made all the layers in Illustrator, right? And then this one's not expanded and it's not ready for engraving. However, this one is. I have every color set the way I want it, or every layer. Each layer is a different color. So I can just do copy, bring up LightBurn, and paste it up here.
How do you, when you make different colors, how do you determine how deep to go on different parts of the image?
And then you'll see, let me hit show for all the different layers. See, and LightBurn's already assigned it all the different colors in the layers. This makes it easy. How do I determine? I'll just run the layers that I want to be deeper, more passes. So say I set one at 10 passes, one at 20, one at the next one at 40, the next one at 60.
And if you buy a pre-made file, usually that's all set. But if you make it yourself, then you have to determine how you want things to be and then experiment.
Yep, and a lot of times there are problems with pre-made files. They're not exactly how you want them to be.
Even if you bought them from the Fiber Laser Group, that's all they do. You'd still have trouble.
Not all of them. some people have really good files, but sometimes you'll buy a file on Etsy and it's
Yeah,
you just have a lot of hidden lines and
yeah,
you
yeah. I know that
junk
about
that you have
Etsy.
to spend
LightBurn.
time cleaning up. Duplicate lines, that kind of thing. That's hilarious. Jeremy, I put that one up on screen. That's hilarious. Successfully live streamed for 2 consecutive years. Well, that's pretty cool. That's good if you find somebody. Frank says that laser dude has good files. If you can find somebody that makes good files, then you're in good shape. Frag Out Firearms, Steve Watts, he always makes good files. I've never had any issues with his. And a lot of times in the fiber laser groups or other laser groups, people will post up the files, LightBurn files and artwork. And
Yeah.
a lot of times those have already, people have already checked them out and they're good to go.
Oh, I got a button for your 2 years. I just turned it on. Don't know if you could hear that or not.
I couldn't hear it very well, but the air assist is kind of loud.
Yeah, my stream deck isn't properly piped into my speakers or my stream.
So when I don't use air assist, what I will use are some USB fans, just like that. Have it blowing across the material. That way there's some sort of airflow. Helps keep the metal cool too.
Yeah.
It's finally starting to get a little sparky. I use my 200 lens setting as a problem. That's why it's not quite chewing through. It's rapidly, but it's going.
Yeah, Hobo, that can be yours. When he gets the knife done, you can have her for $200, and Patrick can go buy 20 more of them at Harbor Freight.
Well, this one's a K-bar, so it costs a little bit more than the Harbor Freight one.
That's beautiful.
Now, in size comparison, here's the Harbor Freight one that I did with the 400 lens. It's a little bit longer. But these are $6 at Harbor Freight. At least they were a few weeks ago on sale.
$6 stainless steel and something good to practice on.
Yep. Plenty of real estate to practice on. You practice tracing and making your patterns. Practice
color chart, whatever. Could be on a knife.
Making your black parts. Practice cutting out graphics. Now, I didn't trace all these teeth. I just let it overflow, put some metal underneath of it, so it didn't mark the bit. That was using 400 lens. Do that all in one pass.
Yeah, Mercer, you can use a diode laser air assist for his fiber. He sells these little kits here on the wand. You don't have to have it hooked up to a big air compressor, but you could hook it up to any compressor would work as long as you have a regulator on it so you can crank down the pressure so don't blow your lines apart. But an aquarium pump wouldn't have enough pressure to damage anything.
It's looking nice and clean though. Good. Let me get back over to it.
Yeah, I'll watch the rest of this tomorrow, but I need to get taken off.
Yeah. As soon as this finishes up, I'll probably call it a night.
So you have a great new year. Let me know what you think of the video tomorrow if you get a chance to watch it.
Yep.
Everybody in the chat, have a great new year.
I'll probably watch it right before I go to bed tonight.
Okay. Yeah, it's 16 minutes long, but I thought I'd done a pretty good job on it. You see the big alien behind me. So
All right.
most of it I time lapse and sped it up.
Cool.
So
I'm looking forward to watching that one.
Everybody have a great new year, and tomorrow I'll start with learning and burning on my LightBurn. So with my fiber laser. So take care, everybody. Have a great night.
Awesome. Thanks, Jerry. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
All right. I am going to try something here. Let's see how this works out. All right, I'm going to see if I can get some color on this thing. Kind of gold right now. There you go. So PTO holsters, Jeremy would know this. What color comes after? Typically comes after gold whenever you're running your laser and trying to get color. If you look at metal tempering charts, and you'll see at what temperature metal turns to a certain color, you will see that after gold, there you go, Jeremy is correct, you'll get blue. So a little more heat, and that would have come out blue. So let me save this file real quick. Now we've got a really full gold. Nice and shiny, smooth looking too. Nice and shiny and smooth looking too. Sorry, I was away from the microphone. Yep, I'll do that. I'll put the no tread on me on the flip side. Okay. I'm going to give that. I wonder if I could turn this thing blue. I kind of want to see if I can. Maybe a little bit more, just a little bit more power. Turn the air on. Get rid of that. See what color we get now. I know I just ruined the stunning gold, but I can always go back and redo it. Getting even better now. By increasing the power a little bit, it's actually even better. What do you think? Looking good? Happy New Year, Nipa. I kind of like that gold. It's really, I don't know, it's classy looking. It's shiny. It looks almost wet. I might just call it a day. Yeah, that was just going to be it right there. I'm happy with that. Come on. There we go. Yeah, it's real nice and smooth, really shiny. This is what I like when stuff comes off the laser and it doesn't need any post processing. Like, it's just ready to go. I'll get the flag on this backside. and get a picture up in the laser maker's room. It's so bright and shiny. I would buy it. Yeah, that looks good enough that I would buy it. All right, that's all the demo I have for today. I'll do the other side later. Everybody's getting tired. But I can show you my pizza crust again if you haven't saw it. Is there anybody that hasn't saw the pizza crust? This is Jesus crust made on the laserMATIC Mark II, and this is a pizza crust. But just remember, faith or fear ends where faith begins. Yep, party in the red sauce. That's it. But yeah, you can engrave on almost anything. Just let your imagination run wild. But thanks everyone for tuning in and sticking around this long. I really appreciate it. Hope everyone has a happy new year. I'm gonna go and say hi to the family for a little bit before I head to bed. And that's all I have. But please subscribe and stay tuned for the next live stream. I plan to do more live streams moving forward and live demos. Yeah, I think that's it. Again, thank you for being here. I greatly appreciate it. Happy New Year. Have a great day tomorrow, too, which is today. Yes. Happy Monday.